Patient S.M. Nationality, American. Sex, female. Age diagnosis, approximately 27 years. Symptom, numbly to feel fear. Cause of the anomaly, Urbach-Wiethe disease. Let's see what we have here.
Patient S.M. was born in a rural area, in a low-income family in the interior of the United States in 1961. In her childhood, her family noticed that her voice was different from other children's. Her voice was constantly hoarse and muffled, as if she always had a sore throat. Her skin was thinner, sensitive to touch, and vulnerable to injuries. Her wounds took a long time to heal. Due to this fragility, throughout her life, she accumulated several scars, mainly on her face. The patient also had difficulty breathing, with several cases of respiratory crises. Because her family couldn't afford it, they couldn't investigate and then decided to move on with their lives. When she became an adult, she got married, had children, and lived her life normally. Until around the age of 27, her chronic symptoms were worsening, and then she decided to seek medical help. When performing a tomography, the doctors noticed that her brain had something different from other people's. Her body did not correctly produce the ECM1 protein, which protects the body's and brain's tissues. Without this protection, a small structure in her brain, the amygdala, which is strongly linked to emotions, was completely calcified. Without this protein, the brain tries to protect the region by accumulating calcium, leading to the functional death of the amygdala. The patient was then diagnosed with Urbach-Wiethe disease, a condition so rare that.
So SM is one of the most famous case studies in all of affective neuroscience. And as far as we can tell, the destruction of her amygdala has left her essentially fearless to at least external stimuli.
It is estimated that its diagnosis occurred between 1988 and 1990. Upon making the discovery, the doctors reported the case to the University of Iowa, where researchers were studying neuroscience and emotional behavior. The patient told the researchers that she felt different from other people. She said she was robbed several times, assaulted, but never felt what they call fear. The woman was studied for over 20 years with impressive discoveries. During the tests, she was taken to a store with venomous snakes and spiders. She got close, touched them, played with them, and laughed, showing zero signs of fear. During the analyses, the researchers showed hundreds of human faces with expressions such as anger, fear, joy. However, the patient identified all of them, except for the expressions of fear. When she saw the expressions of fear, she said they looked like the face of a surprised or confused person. The researchers then decided to take one more step and intensify the protocol.
And so what was really interesting about this is that SM is not emotionless. She experienced a lot of curiosity and excitement, which we think are governed by other regions of the brain predominantly. But she just doesn't seem to have any normal anticipatory fear response.
The scientists asked her to sleep alone in an old psychiatric hospital, with dark corridors and frightening noises. You would probably feel scared, but she didn't. She walked through the corridors as if they were part of her own home. After all these failed attempts to activate fear in her body, in 2013, the scientists embarked on the most important and final known experiment. They made her inhale air with 35% carbon dioxide, causing an extreme sensation of suffocation and a feeling of imminent death. She panicked, and for the first time in her life, it wasn't her brain that alerted her, it was her body. The alarm came from the brainstem, proving that even without feeling fear, her body knew something was wrong, reaching the conclusion that the human body has multiple alert systems, even when its main one fails.
What's Patient S.M today? This is the question you ask you.